Hello everyone and welcome to the 19th round of the Trans Nation eSports, the Wednesday League, where you have quite a new voice in your ears right now. My name is Wow, and I should be alongside Mattybot, but he hasn't joined the party and I think the lobby yet. So at the moment you will only hear me. But we are here today for the United States Grand Prix, and we're gonna take a look at the championship. After 18 rounds of the championship, we have Theodor Dragici, if I pronounce his name correctly, on top of the table with a 24-point gap to Stijn Avies. In third place we have Bo. Fourth is Christopher Lubin. Fifth is Michael de Klerk. 16 is Thomas Berger. 7 is Cello. 8th is Aiden Rafai. 9th is Cherry. 10th is Nicky. 11th is Margin. 12th is Dejan. In P13 we have Lee Beatty. 14th is Tyler Beasley. In 15th is Tizian. In 16 Ari. Damien Jansen is in 17th. And we have Bob Lazaromes in P18, and we have 2 empty spots at the bottom, and we have a seat left at Haas and Alpha Tauri. And looking at the constructors, we have Red Bull leading the way with 243 points. They are 11 points in front of Racing Point, and Ferrari is only 9 points behind Racing Point, so the top 3 is in 20 points. In fourth we have Alfa Romeo with 62 points off. Then Williams. In fifth, sixth is Renault, 7th is Mercedes, 8th is Haas, 9th is McLaren, and 10th is Alpha Tauri with only 18 points after 18 rounds. So hasn't been a season for Alpha Tauri to look back. At the moment we have 16 drivers here at the moment, and let's hope for a good race. We had Austin, where we will not race in the nationals due to the calendar things, and we want to finish the season ahead of Christmas and New Year's, but the regionals are following a different calendar, so we will be finishing the season when we are in 2021. Yesterday in the Tuesday regionals, we saw a fight between Amar and the McLarens, where the McLaren of, I think it was Axie, came out on top. And in that race we had a lobby glitch where we had a red flag, and the race ended later than it usually does. But in terms of that championship, it's getting even closer, so keep an eye on that one. And I forgot to mention that we still are gonna race in Australia, because we had a lobby glitch when we started the season off around July, August. Don't really know in exactly moment it was on the season. And yes, I invited Matt into the party, but he hasn't joined me yet. Matthias said that he can't commentate, so I'll be alone for tonight, which isn't a problem for me. I did it far more times, so I've got some experience about that one. So I'll talk you through the whole night, through qualifying and the race. So let's make it a great race and a great night to watch the stream back. The start of qualifying has been delayed by 5 minutes from the official start time. So I think with 5 over 8 European time, we will go to the qualifying at Circuit of the Americas. We're still waiting for to ready up, as I think Crutchy is trying to receive to F1 an extra invite for If someone lags out, they can obviously join back. Finally, we can go into qualifying as Michel has joined the lobby, so we can finally start off. It's 8:08 on the clock of Central European time, and let's go into qualifying. So good luck to everyone who will participate today here at Austin for qualifying. And for those who had yesterday already some running, they could be in a good shape for a good result around there. We're now going into the lobby, and let's see what kind of weather conditions we have for the qualifying here today. It's dry, good to know. I haven't heard that someone has a qualifying ban or race ban, so this is what we have. 17 drivers. And let's see, who was the first one out? Coming out of the pits, it looks like it's going to be a McLaren or a Renault. And that's the McLaren of Atix. Was yesterday also in the Dragonals. I don't know what his result was, but I knew that he was driving. There's a big train of cars coming out. And Jerry, our weather reporting man, has said that it's an all dry weekend around here. It's Wednesday, but it's technically a weekend. To finish off the 2020 calendar, we will have a sprint mode championship. That was last weekend. Some practice, if you already know. Practicing for the sprint mode. The best way to prepare yourself for the most fun thing of the whole year. So make sure to be involved about that one. And on Friday we gonna do a social race for the F2 as this day we got an announcement where the 2020 Formula 2 cars are now available in the game with all the teams and all the drivers. So we're gonna do a social race about that one, and make also sure to join in making a fun weekend. Going back to qualifying now, we have Atix here through the S section. You have to make sure you don't invalidate at this track, which is quite easily to do if you get the S's wrong or just turns in a little bit too early for the corners. Here you have to make sure you have a good action coming into the long back straight, and here we can see some overtake opportunities. Here into the hairpin, where you could also see a lot of carnage if someone brakes a little bit too late. And we could also say the same about turn 1 at the start. Ethics has invalidated this lap and jump straight back to the pits. And let's see what one of the racing points can do. It's Bo. Currently 13 championship. He sets a 30.9. Currently the fastest. And let's then go to a Haas of Kingsholm. He's on the mediums and it will be a slower time. It's a 32.9. Chippewa jumps up to third. Then we have the Mercedes of Sarikaya in a second. I'll put on the names list. Otherwise I'll only speak to the PSNs. And here in training we speak to the real names. Here we have Cherry. It's coming up to the line and he goes on top with a 130.3. At the moment the fastest time, where yesterday's fastest time was the 29.6 by Amar Singh. Let's see what Ari can do in that McLaren. He goes to 8th, slowest time with a 33.4 on softs. That's Velostinos, who is now on a lap. Now going through the long right hander, which they got from Istanbul Park, which as the only difference that it goes to the left, and here in the USA we go to the right. Here goes Stinos up to the line. Will he beat Cherry's time? No. Only just, not by 65 thousandths. But currently we have a Rebel 1-2. Here goes Michiel up to 4th with 31.6. Just faster than Sarikaya. The only one who's now on the lap is Diggy, but he has invalidated. His name is Dejan. Let's then go to Lee, whose current name is Lee, so that's an easy name to not forget. Let's see what Lee Beadle can do, who is in the Nationals racing in the assist tier 1. So let's see what the Haas gonna do. He has gone to P4. And that's the exact same lap time as Michiel in the Alfa Romeo. So let's now then go to Atix. Here he is, but he goes into the pit, so I have nothing to talk about that one. Here we have Dashwool, his name is Damien Janssen, and he goes to P10 with a 132.4. Let's give Crutchy a follow. Going through the final hairpin of this track and now going into the long right hander in the yellow banana car, where we will see young driver Fernando Alonso next season in. And let's see where Crutchy is gonna go. It won't be on top, but it will be P16 for Renault driver with a 33.6. Let's now go to Toto, who was backed out of his run. Sarikaya is improving on himself. And where can Sailor go to? Will he go into the 30s? He missed out on that one, but he goes up to P5 with a 131.1. Now we have Christopher Lubin, if I pronounce his name correctly, on a lap. Currently is 9th, will make a 10, as Kingsholm goes to 5th and Chipoa goes to 9th, Christopher. And here we have Nicky Nieminen on the back straight. When Jans finishes lap, we will be following the Red Bulls, who are in a shot of pole position today. So 3-1-3. And will we see a closer challenger by, for example, the Dutch lineup at Racing Point, but Nicky has gone up to 7th place, where Stinos goes to the top with a 130.019. And let's see if Cherry can react on that one. He has been 10th up in his time, but what can he do? Goes with a 131.86, the 10th of pole position. So in the second round there has been a change at the top, with Stinos now in front of TP, and in the first round TP was in front of Stinos. And Stijn is also in contention for the regional championship. Theodore is not racing, and Stijn has a 24 point gap, so if he will get a win, then he'll take over the championship lead. We have 5 minutes left here in the qualifying here at Austin. Where we have a Red Bull front row and a Racing Point second row. There's not much drivers who are on the lap at the moment, so we can follow Dejan here in the Alpha going through the S section. What's his first time going to be? He used to be 3 tenths up, so he either made quite a big mistake after turn 1 or 1 on the S sections. So he's on for a good run right now. He's 1.3 seconds up, so he's going to have a big improvement. And let's see how close he can be to that top 10. Here he goes, exiting the final corner. And there goes Dejan to 11th place with exactly the same lap time as Lee. Oh man, these drivers are so close. That's quite a understatement that I said there. Toto has invalidated his lap time. So that's not really a good thing from Thomas. As we will now have Salo on the lap. Currently 7th place, and if he can just fight a little bit more, he will jump up a row to the 3rd row, which will be P5. But he's going now for his run. That's now row. We've got Aria on a run, and the same as Salo. Ari's improving just a bit on this time. Let's see what Salo is doing right now. He has invalidated, so we'll go back to Ari. Here we go. He's now coming up onto that back straight, where he will. It's too far away to get a tow from one of the bulls. As Deki has, or Dejan has retired. So he's happy with the place he's starting in, so he'll have a free tire choice. And Salo has called it a day. Has retired on track, so that isn't really what we want to see here. Could risk a qualifying ban for that one. Here goes Ari. Will he improve from the 32.6? No, he won't. We will now go to one of the Williams, which is Christophe Lubin. Sorry if I have quite a lot of silence, because I'm struggling with names, but here goes Christopher. He stays in P12, then let's go to his teammate Chasey, who is on a big improvement. He goes up to P5 with 131.009. You Never Walk Alone Matty goes up to P6. And his team he's supporting is currently drawing against Midtjylland. Let's go to Bo. And apparently it said that Thomas has not made it to set lap time, but both split both rebels with a 130.1. Let's now go to Nicky. He goes to P9 with 131.1. Then we're gonna follow Lee. Has a shaky end, and he doesn't improve himself. Cherry has finished his lap and it's P2 for him, so he missed out on pole position. And can Stinas improve this time? No. Stein has entered the pits. And that's the qualifying for the US Grand Prix, where we'll have a Red Bull 1-2 with Stein and Cherry on front and Bo in third place. So we actually have a top 3 from the Netherlands and 4 in the top 5 as Kingsholm is the only one who splits all the Dutchies. Here we have the results, and I will go right through them. Everyone has had let them and not had a crash. That's always good to see. And we do a run through the grid once the formation lap is on its way. It's a sunny day here in Texas, where we will see the top 10 starting on the softs, and from P11 to P17 you'll have a free tire choice, and let's see what the bottom 6 or bottom 7 are gonna do. I got a question from Beth, who thinks that if I'm agreeing to Hobble and Nevo to deserve for the best commentating duo. Well, personally I'm not really a fan of both. And to the assist tiers I'm not listening or watching, so I haven't really got a clear favorite for who was my favorite or agreeing with the winner coming out of that one. I only was interested in the embarrassing moment where I was involved. But the formation lap is on its way, and let's take a look to the tires. And let's do a rundown through the grid, where we have a Red Bull front row with Stein and Cherry. Then we have Bo in third, makes it Kingsholm breaking the almost Dutch domination. And Thomas is in 5th place. And we've got JC19, who is Aiden Rivaye, and he's actually from Singapore in the European League. That's quite interesting. We have Matthew Smith here in P7 with Atix in 8th, whose name is Tizian. Michiel is in P9, Nick is in P10. Salo is in P11, who starts on the medium, same for Lee and Danish, who are also starting P on the mediums. Then we have Christopher on the softs, same as Damien, Ari and Krushy, who starts on the mediums. So guys, what is your top 3 prediction for today's race? Will the Red Bulls make it home 1-2, or will we have one of the Racing Points coming out on top, or will we see another surprise? Let me know what your predictions are gonna be. Personally, knowing these old drivers, I don't think it will be much changes, but hopefully to have a bit of a mix. And as a Dutchman, you would also like to have a Dutch podium, but we firstly have to finish the race, and let's see what's gonna happen here in the US Grand Prix. The Raps are building, and here we go. 5 red lights for the Trash Nation Regionals Grand Prix, and we are off here at America, where Doha's got a decent start, same as Stein. There's a big dive from one of the McLarens, and let's see if there gonna be any collisions. Yeah, both McLarens have collided, and it's Atix who was off, and I think Ari came into the side like a madman. Here we have Thomas really close to the rear of Kingsholm, and he is a bit struggling as there has been a crash. No, as it's free ride already in the midfield. There goes Michiel up to 6, where Matthew lost a place, and oh, we have got a crash. Michiel has been taken out, I think, by JC. So we already have 2 crashes on the first lap, and we have a change for second place as Cherry re-overtakes Bo for P2, so we have a Rebel 1-2 back since the lights went out. And now Christopher and Ari are having a battle with JC with front ring damage. Big front wing damage, has to go to pits, and you can really see what the downforce difference is, as Stein is now leading with a 1:34.9 as fastest lap time, and we've got 3 drivers coming into the pits currently, and there are more coming. Here we have Michiel Wolf, hasn't made a great start, and we have a yellow. That's Dejan was off, and we've got the first virtual safety car of today. So everyone has to stick to their own delta, as the leaderboard is shaking up, and Dejan has lost, I think, his whole front wing. And then this circus is a long one. Yes, he has no front wing at all. Ari has got a drive-through penalty, and Stimas has also got a time penalty. If we take a look at the penalties, it's a drive-through for Stein. So a dramatic fashion here already at lap 2 of the US Grand Prix, where Stinos has to pit now or in the next 2 laps. And then we'll see Cherry into the lead in front of Bo and Kingsholm, which will then be the top 3, and Stinos or Stein goes in. And this isn't really helping for his championship, as he has to make up points to Theodore, who has not been here today. And Stein will all the way drop down to P10. So we'll now have his teammate Cherry, the Batrancourt, the Langlais in front of Bo. So for those who predict the Red Bull 1-2 could throw their prediction out of the window. Here we have Kingsholm pressuring Bo and goes for the outside of the hairpin. But it turns to the inside for this one, and it's a bit of contact between the two. Will Kingsholm now switch to the inside? Of course he does. But Bo still holds on for P2. And this is all in the advantage of Cherry to run away, as Bo gets the first 3-second time penalty. And we've got a crash by, I think it's one of the McLarens. And it's Ari who has crashed. So 34.7 by Cherry, and Ari has retired on track. And will they bring out the safety car or not? It doesn't seem like we're gonna have a neutralization. But Bo has got the first 3-second time penalty, same as Lee back in P16. That's now called the Silos on the mediums, who started off in P11 if I'm right. And now it's at the back of Nicky. Or Nicky goes to the inside for P6. And has made the move clear and squeezed out Nicky. So Sarikaya, or well, Salo is up to P6, with Bo getting another time penalty, so he isn't giving himself a promising ending of the race. And Flea has crossed the pit exit line, so that isn't something you need to do. And actually Kingsholm could already be a patient behind Bo, as he already should know that Bo has got time penalties, and he hasn't got anything for now. And to get 2 time penalties after just 5 laps, that's not really promising for your race. And if there comes a late safety car, then it's gonna be a pain in the ass for Bo. Let's move on board with Kingsholm. I think it's too far away to make a move right now. And show him in the mirrors that he is there. Bo gets quite a wide line through that corner. Let's go to Nicky who has retaken P6 from Celo. And Stein has gone up to P8. And P4 is not too far away. And with penalties involved, he could make a move as Celo is going for the ultimate switchback or contact on the exit between those two. Tarikaya, although well known as Celo, goes up to P6. This is all helping Stein and Christopher out. Here we have Stein make. Oh, whoa, Nicky's really squeezing Stein. Going side by side through the hairpin, and now Stein has got the place and has got DRS now on Celo. As we have a change. As Matty goes up to P4 and we have a battle for second place between Bo and Brindley. Here goes Brindley to the inside. Can he squeeze a Bo? No. Oh, contact again between those two. We're taking quite a defensive line through that long right-hander. As we have now Stein in P6, making up ground where he lost. And Bo has really pushed his ERS as he actually got non-ERS, and which could be a disadvantage in this race. Celo's got a time penalty, and I think he will be trying to stay with Stein as his minions will now come into play as his softs are going to near their pits of window, which is around lap 10 I believe. Will bring Lee make the move on Bo. Oh, he does the dummy on Bo and goes up to P2. But Bo goes for the switchback and tries to go around the outside, which isn't gonna work out. But can now go to the inside of this hairpin. Brindley's quite squeezing him into that inside line, but Brindley has got P2. And now has a gap of 6 seconds to Jerry, who is out in the league of his own pretty much. And the rear tires of Bo are starting to go down a bit. The battle is continuing between Brindley and Bo, and this gives all Matty and Stein an invitation to join us. We have off stream we have Thomas going into the pits, pitting for the mediums. He could be either on a 1 or a 2 stop, as both cars pretty much going everywhere. Let's move on board with Bo. Will he make a move at the hairpin? As I think he's just too far away, but he makes a dive to the inside. Luckily they're both staying alive, but will make him. Bo won't make a move here, but can he try a undercut now on him as we're getting closer to the pit window? This battle has given Cherry the perfect opportunity to run away and not be worried about getting penalties. got a crash in sector 2, which is Kuchi, was made a spam. Matty goes into the pitch. And he'll go to the mediums, probably going to a one-stopper. Then we'll have a look where he'll come out against Thomas, where he was quite close to battling with. Matty just came out, but Thomas goes in front, just in front of the Ferrari. So the undercut has worked on for Thomas. As we now go back to the battle for P2 between Brittany and Bo. As Stein is almost 2 seconds. Well, is 2 seconds off them, so Stein could almost drive himself back to P2. Then only has his teammate in front of him. Or could make an undercut on these drivers and make a gap for himself and not damaging his tires too much. They're both entering the pits, so it will be a qualifying battle between Brittany and Bo as Stein continues on his softs. It would also be interesting to see where they will come out against Thomas and Matthew. As Bo goes onto the mediums, same as Kingsholm. Otherwise, Brittany stays out in front, and let's see where he will come out against Thomas and Matthew. And Thomas is actually in front of them now. So here we have him, Thomas, who's up to 4th place, which is a second place effectively. And Matthew has also jumped Bo, so Bo is quite a big loser out of this, losing position to his teammate and Matthew Smith. So this will be an interesting battle for the pretty much the final podium spot, as Bo already goes to the inside, close to the sideboard of Matthew. But Matthew won't give up on this one. But Bo gets now the place, but let's go on board with Matthew, and I thought he would be riding his gearbox, but he wouldn't be. But we are in for a close battle, as Bo attacks already Brinkley to the inside, and he's up to P5, so he made up ground where he lost, and we've got a race leader in. The guy with the longest name in the world goes to the mediums. That's in Dutch called the average tire, funny enough. So his teammate has retaken the lead where he was in before the VSC came out, which cost him dearly. We also, as we got a yellow, let's see who was that, that's Michiel. We also see that Damien and Christopher has opted for the hard side. So they actually have more tire life in them at the end of the race. Boas has found some pace there on the mediums, already on the back of his teammate. And Thomas is letting him through, as you probably know he has penalties, and Bo has to make up ground. We have got Stein now into the pits. was stretches up to 11 laps, quite long, and goes to the mediums to the end. And will now be attacking the group where he will be now in. He will be at the back of that group, but he will gain time on them. So don't go away, don't miss out the battle for second place. Jerry is making some step forwards to Salo. I think he will be overtaking him on the next lap. And with this week we have opened the signs or the registrations for the no assist and the assist divisions for season 7. So if you haven't signed in yet, don't forget to do that, otherwise you won't be involved in the evaluations at the start of 2021. And don't forget to invite your friends for either the no assist or the assist league to build up the numbers, as we would like to get as much steers as we can and to a much closer field as it is right now, as Cherry takes over the lead of Salo and has now only to run the laps and get the checkered flag. We've got a change for P5 as Brinkley goes off the track and probably has gone too deep into the corner. But now Stein is at the back of this one here from his onboard. And he'll go! Matty has crashed, lost the traction with Stein, and we have got a safety car! Oh, and that is quite unfortunate for Salo, as he just was exiting the just missing out of the pit entry. And now we have some drivers who goes to a fresh set of mediums, and why not? Stein even goes to the softs. That's a pretty bold move, if you ask me. Oh, but this will change the race for Cherry. He could actually lose this race from now on. And Salo, who may have thought with his starting on the mediums that he could benefit with a safety car, but I think there isn't a happy smile into that Mercedes cockpit, as Cherry and Salo will lose from it, and he actually goes a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flag. But luckily there is a safety car, so he can get a 5-second remove, but he will lose quite a few places. Sailor was chosen to pit and will probably go with a soft, as a soft won't go 13 laps, but he goes even with a hard tire, which is slower. I will personally have gone for the soft, but safety car came out for Sailor at the worst possible moment. And for Cherry, he has stayed out, so he lost the gap that he built it. And how will that soft run for Stein hold on to the end of the race? As he has some bad luck throughout this race, and that's more lucky for Theodore, who is missing this race. And if he looks back at the results and will only hear that Stein has not won the race, then he will be happy to go into Mexico with still the championship lead in his hands. I think we'll see the safety car coming, not coming in, as we have to wait on Zhejiang, Critchy and Lee. So with probably 11 or 12 laps to race, who is gonna be your bet on a on-track win for this race? Will it be one of the Dutchies, or will it be Christopher onto that hard tire? Nicky gets a 5-second time penalty for a collision for Damien, or with Damien, which is for P8, so that isn't really helping him. He could choose the pit and get that 5 seconds removed, or he could that behind the steward stable, as Sailor will probably now go to soft end, and you can run it out on the soft. Will probably drop to the back, but he will benefit from it. So we're having Stein, Detchy and Sailor on the soft, so make sure to take a look on those three who are on a soft tire. And the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So we're gonna have 11 laps of racing. There we have confirmation that the safety car will be in, so Cherry can now take control of the field. And once the safety car is in, he can put his foot to the floor and we will then go greenback racing as Bo Bo was actually almost touched Cherry, so luckily there was the penalty for both, as there will be some swear words in the cockpit knowing those two. But if we actually have a great helicopter shot to do the restart, and here goes Cherry now on with his foot to the floor. And we are back racing here in America, where we have already a move made before turn 1 between Christopher and Thomas. Thomas is on a fresh set of mediums and goes up to 3rd place. And how is the comeback of Stein now? It's a pretty good one. He's go up the inside of what's his name? Oh my! There's a back crash already, and Stein is out of the race. Oh my God! That is a big collision with him and what was his name? Brindley. So a big story in the championship as Stein is out of the race, and Brindley was frustrated with that, has retired on track with no front wing. So that are two drivers gone, with Cherry into the lead in front of Bo, and Bo has shown that his pace is very quick. Let's see what Jason can do to the inside of Celo, both running on soft, so they will have quite more battles than that. And actually Celo has got front wing damage, so we won't see any more battles between those two. So he'll drop back to the back of the field, put on a new soft and a new front wing and try to get the fastest lap probably. Let's go to the midfield, where there's a side-by-side battle between JC and Damien. Let's go for the battle for 4th place, which is quite a big one, behind Christopher. The DRS isn't activated yet, but here goes Matthew. When you take a look to the inside, he has shown Christopher that he is there, but not the move made yet, as Christopher has made hasn't hit the apex. And will Matthew make a move to the inside? Not at the moment. He's waiting for his chance to get the DRS and fly past the Williams. DRS has now been enabled. So once you're in a second of the driver in front, you can open your rear wing and get more top speed, and that will increase the chance of overtaking. With this battle for 4th, it will be interesting to see how the penalties are looking like. With JC pretty much out of it with 12, and Matty is in the best shot with only 3. And Nisi has 8 seconds, so we are somewhere picked up a 5-second time penalty. And one of those could to the podium, as Bo has got 12 seconds, and there's been a move made behind Maffey. It's between Nicky and Chasey. And now Damien is also back into this party. Side by side both goes. There goes Nisi braking late, but goes a bit off the track. And they still go side by side, but Casey brakes late on the racing line on the softer tire, and he goes up to 6th place. And now has Damien behind him, so he has to keep an eye on him. Oh, Nicky takes the Danny Fiat line from 2015 around there. And there we have Matty going up to P4. To the inside of Christophe Lubin. And goes up to 4th place. And he's in quite a promising position to get a podium. As Bo has got 12 seconds and it's kind of 8 seconds to the lead, so Matty is in a good position to get the podium today. Let's call what with JC. Nizi takes quite a right line and now has Damien to worry about. Coming out of this battle, that Christophe has the most ERS of all, so that can come into play. At the lead, Cherry has made up is again building a gap to Bo is 1.7 seconds. With Nicky getting another penalty. Oh, Nicky had a shaky exit coming out of the final corner. And Michiel is going to the inside of Atix, and Atix smashes the door on him. But luckily no front wings were flying there. Christophe drops out of the DRS of Matty, so Casey, his Singaporean teammate, will get the DRS and will overtake his teammate, as I don't think there will be much of a fight between those. At least you hope for that one. Now Michiel was making a move on Atix, but Atix doesn't want to give up, but is on the wrong side to make an overtake. Actually keeps the overtake throughout the corner, takes... Oh! What the f... That was a quite weird, and it goes back onto the track and takes out Dejan, and now have a safety car. What was that for incident? I mean, that has nothing to do with racing, what I saw there. And now again, Cherry has missed the pits. Same for the top 3. With Damien stays out and Matty goes on to the softs. And now they're all going for the softs for those who are pitting. And will this give a chance to for the race win? Actually, Nicky has come out on fresh mediums. That was probably a mistake. And how will the final laps gonna be? With those on softs behind pretty much the Dutch medium group, because the top 4 are all drivers from the Netherlands, which are Cherry, Bo, Thomas and Damien. And in terms of penalties, Bo and Damien are not gonna really gonna benefit from it. We can take a look at penalties. Bo has 12, same as for Damien. Matthew has got a time penalty of 3 seconds, same as for Michiel. JC has got 20 seconds, so he's way out of the podium positions. Then we have Nicky on the mediums for 11 seconds. Then we have Lee on 3. Christophe on 11, who is now on softs. He's feeling pretty happy that he could have gone off onto that hard tire. Atix is 3 seconds. Zelo, who is still in the running with 15 seconds, just picked up one. And Kritzy is in last place with only 3 seconds to his name. Bo is taking quite a big risk and he will drop down to the field and put on a soft tire, but you would think he would stay out. Actually, he goes for another set of mediums. But Mickey has retired. Don't actually know why. Because he was well into the points. And Bo drops to the back of the field. No, he's in 11th. So we have a Dutch top 3 with Cherry, Thomas and Damien. Damien has got 17 seconds, which is quite unfortunate. So soon we're gonna have 5 laps of racing here at the United States Grand Prix. And Cherry is the only driver who doesn't have a time penalty, so he's seen the best possible chance to take victory, where he did the same in season 5 in no assist tier 2, where he got his first win with using no assist. So if he gets the win, then he will pretty much love this track and will probably have a say to keep this track onto the calendar for next season. But the safety car's coming in. We were gonna have a sprint race, so it's a clean version of the sprint mode here at USA. When will Cherry go onto the throttle? And now he goes pretty much the same point as he did with the previous safety car. So we're green, green, green. And let's see what the progress of the soft run is gonna be. Here goes Mevy. Straight lead code to the inside of Damien. Not really. There haven't been moves made yet, but Atix is side by side with Christopher. And Chasey comes up the inside of Michiel. So he's now the second soft runner, as Damien is really holding them up. And that's all in favor of Cherry and Toto. But here goes Chasey, always kissing the back. The gearbox of Murphy, and now Chase goes to the inside and almost touches Damien. And now the slipstream fun can begin around here. Here goes Damien, defending. Oh, Chase with full commitment coming out of the exit of that corner. And he kicked him in. Oh my, there's a crash! And Damien has been taken out of his podium position, which he wasn't gonna get already, but that's something to look in for the stewards, as there has been some front wing bits, as that's from Christopher. And Damien has retired, and I can completely understand why. Because that was quite an unnecessary accident. So Kritzy will now take the final point as Christopher pits for Indian front wing. Let's see what the progress is now going to be from the soft runs to the medium runs, with Cherry on 13 lap old mediums, who gets his first time penalty, so we won't get no penalties. No one can call himself Mr. Penalty. Mr. No penalty. I meant there. We only have 10 drivers left, so 7 drivers have retired. Those were Christopher, Damien, Nicky, Dejan, Brittany, Stein and Ari. So thank God I hold the names. I remember the names. Let's take a look on the onboard of Atis. Your perfect cameraman for the battle between Michiel and Lee for P6. Lee goes to the inside. And will Michiel come back up to him? No, as Lee. It is quite a defensive line. Here comes Atix to the inside. Makes the move. Not really done as Michiel still is on the inside, but can't make the move stick as he's having quite understeer. Oh, he's lost. Oh, Celio is taking a very different line. Almost the IndyCar line. But they are staying out, and JC is now can now see that victory. And in terms of penalties, he hasn't got a chance. 20 seconds, he can only take a on-track win as Thomas doesn't really have a nice line as Celo has span of dragon retired. But JC is now up to P2 and has now only Cherry in front of him. And actually with Thomas only having a 5-second time penalty, he could actually win the race if he can get that one removed. I don't really know what happened there, but he could remove it, so we could see the chance of him getting a podium or even a win. Here goes Matty, and he will be preparing himself for a move for P3 on track, and he will probably get you. This is actually going to be a battle for P2 on track. Yes, I can confirm that one. So this is actually a battle for P2 as JC will drop out of the podium as he got 20 seconds of time penalties. And he's yet to get into the DRS of Cherry. There he is, just too far for JC. Damien said that he hasn't got footage of the crash, but don't worry, I saw it, so you can send that one to the stewards, I think. But Atix and Leah are having quite a battle with Atix squeezing out Lee. And here goes Michiel, so the battle will be back again. Not at the moment. But Michiel saw that, well, hold on a minute, Thomas and Matty having a battle. With Thomas defending that third position. So Matty make a move as we enter the final lap of the race, and also Bo on his medium has caught him, but obviously he won't be on the podium as he got 12 or 15 seconds. Let's take a look. 12. It might be too late, but JC is in the DRS of TP. Bo adds another 3 seconds to his time for the multiple warnings. JC got DRS. Cherry and Jezus got exact amount of ERS. And the cap isn't really coming down, so this is the most important thing to look at as Meffy goes to the inside of Thomas up for P3. And Thomas actually defends him around the outside. But there goes Bo with a big dive, and Meffy really let Bo go there. So, what is Meffy doing, mate? Cutting that whole corner. But well, coming out of the final corner after this further safety car, he has lead the race, and Cherry, the Batrago de Langley, wins the Grand Prix of America with Thomas finishing second. Bo finishing actually in third place, so we have a touch podium here. JG finishing fourth. Atix goes up to fourth, where Lee goes actually to P3. So both just missed out by 2 seconds. And now we'll go throughout the results when we get them. We almost got the Dutch podium, but who's gonna be our driver of the day? It's Lee! The driver from the assist tier 1. So he will be happy about that one. And it could also be one of the first wins with a T and A in the PSNs. So that's the first one for hopefully many. So here we have our podium with Cherry, Thomas and Lee. We will obviously have a chat with them. Let's go through all the results as we get 100 comments on this stream. Cherry wins the race in front of Thomas, and Lee completes the podium with Paul just missing out. Michiel finishing 5th, Atix in 6th. JC with the fastest lap finishing P7 with Kurtji in 8th. Meffy in 9th. I really have some questions what his final sector of the race was. Seno finishes 10th with the final point, and then our retirements, which were Christopher Damien, Nizi, Dejan, Ari and another two, which I can't remember right now. So I will now invite the top 3. So I will come back with you shortly. I've invited the top 3, so let's see who's gonna join. Hopefully the top 3 joins, and I'll go to the showroom to show the winning car of today, which is the Red Bull RB16. we've got our race winner in here, which is Thierry de Batrancourt de Langlais. And well, Thierry, you pretty much got the win when your teammate got a drive-through after the first VSC, and were you worried that you could lose your win with the safety car at the end, with you staying out on mediums?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, overall it was a good race. Yeah, happy to take the win, and I was really worried to lose the win with the second safety car, because I saw pretty much everyone behind me pitted. So I asked Brett if I should pit or not, but he said no, stay out, because you're gonna lose way too much positions. So I did it, and I just could hold JC behind me. So yeah, I'm happy about that, and yeah, for the rest it was a good race, got a good start. Yeah, I feel really sorry for Stein because he was so quick. Definitely deserved the win. But yeah, those things happen, and yeah, it was just in a corner when the VSC ended. So yeah, it was a bit dangerous to go so fast there. But yeah, I feel really sorry for him. But yeah, I'm happy I won, and yeah, I'm really happy.
This is now your second win on this track in the Transnation League, so can we really say that this is your favorite track?
Oh, one of my favorites. Yeah, for sure. This race got me thinking of the other race, because I managed to clinch the lead when Stein did this drive-through, and Bo was behind me. Not gonna lie, he was a little bit slower than me, so I could pull away from him, and yeah, built a big lead over him, and yeah, I could. Yeah, that was really good for me, because yeah, obviously that's a little bit easier to cruise around at the lead while not having pressure from behind. So yeah, in some aspects, this race got me thinking of that F2 race. Yeah, definitely, and with the safety cars and everything. So yeah.
And at the end of this week, we will be seeing you at Brazil for the nationals. And how are you looking forward about that one?
Ooh, yeah, Brazil. It's a good track, short track. Yeah, I like it, but I'm not too quick on that track. But yeah, it always gives good races, like last seasons of the F2 tier in season 5 was a really good one to watch. Unfortunately, I got taken out, but yeah, I always enjoyed the track, but I'm not too fast around it. So yeah, I don't know what it will bring Saturday, but I hope a good result, of course. But yeah, you never know.
That's true. So enjoy your night, and we'll see you next week in the regionals at Mexico.
Yes, thank you.
And now we are going to our second place, and which is Thomas.
Yes.
So Thomas, you seem to be more into the limits than your teammate has been, who seemed to have been the quicker racing point today, but the less penalties, the better position you get, really.
Yeah, I got a 5-second time penalty for under the safety car for a collision with someone behind. So, and he had much penalties in the race for track limits. So, yeah, disappointing for him and good for me.
That's true, and you were also staying out with the mediums. So were you also worried to be attacked by those on the softs behind you?
Yeah, I know my softs were 20%. So I was thinking about pitting, but Bo was before me, and he said he was gonna pit that lap, so I decided to go further.
At the end, it was a great choice. You had quite a fun battles today with Mephi, and can you you came out on top of that one with Mephi, so I think you earned the podium with that one. So with Saturday you have the nationals in Brazil. So how are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, Brazil, it's a nice track. Not one of my favorites. Yeah, really short and much chances to make a mistake on the track. So that's gonna be really excited to watch.
So wish you the best of luck Saturday and have a good night, my man.
Yes, you also.
Thank you.
I forgot to say something because Brett deserves 90% of my win because of course I'm in TNE. So here you go, Brett. The 90% is for you.
I thought engineering was banned from league races, but well, it's the boss, so you can nothing do against it. I think Lee hasn't joined us as he got third place at the end and jumped ball by 2/10 or 2 seconds, I think. But that was the regionals for Europe this week, and we will be back later for the nationals, of course, and the F2 social race with the 2020 F2 cars. And make sure to tune in then, and have a good night everyone, and or a good morning if you're listening, Brad. And hopefully we'll see you when we go back live. So have a nice day and goodbye everyone.